All right, welcome to Lights Camera Barstool week of March 27th. As of recording right now. Quick recording because we have some obviously big news with a Marvel announcement that came out just recently. They did a about 5-hour long announcement of the Doomsday cast.
It was so long.
It was a while. They did, I'm sure if you're watching this you already know, but they did a big announcement for the Doomsday cast where they announced a new member every 12 minutes by moving back and seeing another chair with a new cast member's name on it. So let's just run through the full cast that we have so far in order of how they released it, I guess. Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Anthony Mackie as Cap, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, Florence Pugh as Yelena, Wyatt Russell as John Walker, Tena Huerta as Namor, Simu Liu as Shang-Chi, Sebastian Stan as the Winter Soldier, Letitia Wright as Black Panther, Eben Moss-Bachrach, I guess Thing, Kelsey Grammer as Beast, which is huge. When I stopped following about halfway through, and I was like, I'll just wait for the tweet updates. And when that one got dropped, I was like, this is fake. He's
already in the MCU.
He is.
You forget the post-credit scene of the Marvels?
He is, but when you posted that, I was like, oh, he's fucking with this. I was like, that's obviously fake. Because Kelsey Grammer's got shit going on, but I guess not because the Frasier revival got canceled, I think.
Oh, it did?
Yeah,
I haven't been keeping. People like that, though, didn't they?
I didn't watch the lick of it. Honestly, I've only seen like 2 episodes of Frasier. Louis Pullman as Sentry, Danny Ramirez as Falcon, Joe Quinn as Johnny Storm, David Harbour as Red Guardian, Winston Duke as M'Baku, Hannah John Kamen as Ghost, Tom Hiddleston as Loki, Patrick Stewart as Professor X, Ian McKellen as Magneto, which is like probably the biggest out of all these. Like, whoa. Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler, which is also Loki, very awesome in this.
Yep.
Rebecca Romaine as Mystique, James Marsden as Cyclops, also another one, which is cool. Channing Tatum as Gambit, Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic, and Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. While it was happening, we were talking about it in a group chat, and first I was like, this sucks. And I do think from the consumer standpoint, it did kind of suck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as Jeff noted in our chat, and I think he's right about this, it was smart on their part because they just dominated the entire day of movie news.
Highly effective. There's like no disputing that. Like, just they dominated the timeline yesterday. But
and it was a meme, like, yeah.
But it was like, 5 hours long, 12 minutes to wait to hear Hannah John Kamen's name announced at points. Like, it was, and like, just there was no pageantry to it at all. Like, it's just like, here's a chair with a name. A little rough. Yeah, no, like they sought out to, flex the MCU's muscles, and they did.
10 million people were watching.
Yeah, it was very, very effective. It was the only thing every single social media timeline was talking about yesterday. People walking around our office were asking about it, like just the complete normies. Yeah, very reinvigorating, I think, for the franchise. Clemmer had a really good theory about it.
What?
I think he told you that they maybe did this out of nowhere because it kind of felt like it was scrapped together. Maybe not scrapped together, but it was like that low production value of just like, these are just chairs with names on it. Like, probably could have been put together in 30 minutes with their team. Maybe they were trying to move past like the Snow White press that was terrible for the past like 5 days.
Oh, that has been, but like, brutal.
Yeah, no, I think it was more just like MCU wanted to, capture the spotlight again. And they did. Will it be? Now you get a nice little theorizing for the next few months of, I think the bigger indicator is like the names left off the list. I think that's the more interesting thing, which we can get into. But yeah, no, it was very effective. I didn't really like it. I'll be honest. Like, it was just kind of keys jangling for 5 hours. But yeah, no, good for them.
I like some of the names included, so I guess that's the part where I'm more excited. Like McKellen and Stewart back is cool. Risky, just at their age, but cool. I saw people posting like what do you call it? Like Ian McKellen in the green screen of the Hobbit. Like, oh look, he's got to go do a green screen movie. I'm like, dude, he's getting paid. He's just was doing theater for the last like 10 years, and just he brutally broke like a hip or something doing it.
Dude, he almost died last year.
Yeah,
remember people thought he was dead.
Yeah,
there was like 3 hours last year where it was Ian McKellen has died on stage.
And now he's going to get paid probably 10 times the amount he's made over the last 5 years to do like 3 lines in this movie. Like, I'm sure he's fine. He's A-okay with whatever it is they're doing. Same thing with Patrick Stewart. But yeah, they're I think the big cool ones. James Marsden has obviously had a bit of a career revival. That's cool to see him come back into it. And it's kind of the same thing with Alan Cumming. Like Alan Cumming now was the host, I believe, of the Trader Show, which people love. They fucking are obsessed with traders. I need to get into it, but I just don't have fucking Peacock. It's just I'm slowly working my way to it. Winston Duke was interesting, and I think Robbie Fox had tweeted or said it. Him not just becoming Black Panther is kind of a misstep.
I mean, I'll be honest, they had like 5 better options before you get to Shuri, Letitia Wright, who just like, I mean, what have you seen Letitia Wright in outside of the MCU?
Nothing. And she's
not, she's still a young actress. I just don't think she's.
Lupita would have been better, way better.
Yeah, Lupita, I mean, one of the best actresses in Hollywood working, which that might be a situation where maybe they asked her and they couldn't get her.
Like, no, but I mean, Winston Duke would have said yes.
Yeah, I think Winston Duke absolutely would have said yes, and he would have been like a big bulky,
a monstrous Black Panther. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's also back, obviously. Simu Liu getting back in.
Yeah.
I saw people tweeting that, like, Simu Liu is like watching this to see if he still has a job. It's kind of funny, but I think people kind of underrate. Shang-Chi was good. He was probably one of the better ones of the last.
Absolutely.
I'd say like 4-ish years of Marvel stuff. Shang-Chi is probably like number 2 on the list, maybe 3.
Yeah.
As far as the movies go, it was fun.
Clunky third act, but so many of them, like that's kind of the standard. So, but the first two acts are phenomenal.
I rewatched it recently. The fight scenes, the bus fight scene is sick.
Yeah.
The fight scene in the like I think they were in
the hotel.
Macau or whatever. Like in the hotel. Out into the scaffolding, that was sick. Like all that stuff.
Rush hour.
Yeah, super rush hour. Yeah, but that was all sick. Going on the list. What kind of I don't want to say throws me off a little bit is the fact that they put half of the Thunderbolts cast into this. So it kind of
that's the other thing I forgot about that. Did not like them doing that.
Yeah, like because it kind of you're now going to be watching Thunderbolts being like, okay, well Lewis Pullman's not going to die. Okay, well Florence Pugh's not going to die. Okay, well not that I give a fuck about Ghost. Like that's a character I would have assumed.
Oh yeah. Absolutely, kill him off.
Yeah, so knowing that they live kind of takes a little bit of like oomph out of it, and then most of the Fantastic Four making it that just makes sense, obviously. But,
yeah, and you can say like obviously you knew that Fantastic Four were going to be in it, but like I don't want I want that little 1% in my mind where it's like maybe someone dies.
Yeah.
Which that kind of goes out the window now, but.
Although there are multiple people in this that have died multiple times within Marvel, so
that's true. I mean, this is now going to be the 5th send-off for the Fox X-Men franchise between what have they done so
Deadpool
far?
and Wolverine,
Logan,
Past,
Days of Future Past, Dark Phoenix.
Logan's died like 18 times, or not Logan, but what do you call it? Patrick Stewart, Professor X. Same with Marsden. Marsden got like obliterated at X3, right?
Yeah,
poor dude. But yeah, it was an interesting enough cast. I think they mentioned all the news outlets, major reporters are like, there's more to come. Like this isn't it, so just be aware of that. This is just the ones they wanted to announce now for whatever reason. So I would assume that they're going to do a lot more.
I was expecting the whole time they're going to finish with Chris Evans. I thought that was going to be the big note they landed on.
Yeah, it being RDJ is kind of lame because that was kind of the one guy who's in it.
Yeah,
and like I get you want to show him off. Because he's kind of like the big centerpiece of this. Dude's just fresh off an Oscar, pretty much. Still a year off of it. But he's like the kind of was the face of the MCU forever. But still, like, give us one new thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of old things. Like you were mentioning, key jangling. That's what all these like old guys into new multiverse stuff is to me. So like one new name or just something fresh would have been interesting.
So just kind of random, came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Wednesday afternoon, they're like, oh yeah, there's gonna be a big Marvel announcement today.
Mm-hmm. So that's Marvel. We could actually talk, I think, Snow White a little bit. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. I'm not rushing to the theater to go see it. Everything I've heard about it so far, so it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say it's horrible. You can't say it's good. It's just okay. And every clip I've seen of Gal Gadot is just her being the worst actor alive, which you know.
Yeah.
The one thing that I think really sucks about this whole situation with the two of them, is that they're so embroiled in the political end of it that you can't, like, we were OG haters. Like, we did not like Gal Gadot because she was a bad actor. And now if you say you don't like her, like, I tweeted something about her being a bad actress. People are like, oh, would you say that about every Jewish actor? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Not everybody only consumes the world through this.
Yeah.
So you can't do that. You can't make fun of Rachel Zegler for being a theater, like, smug theater dork without it being like, oh, well, you must mean you're pro-Israel. Like, no. These two things can be separate. You cannot like Gal Gadot because she's a bad actress that's inserted into everything, and you cannot like Rachel Zegler because she's like the smug theater dork. And it doesn't have to be it can be completely bifurcated from the entire fucking political Israel-Palestine stuff. And it sucks is if you tweet it, that's not the case because they just assume you're embroiled in that. And I hate it. I hate it more than anything.
Kind of gave me an excuse to just not even see this one though.
Yeah.
Like maybe once it hits Disney Plus, I'll watch it. But like I'm at a point with these live action Disney remakes that it's just we know what to expect. Like you said, everyone's saying it's just fine, which is just exactly what all of these have for the most part been.
Yeah.
Outside of like a couple outliers, which I think would be like Beauty and the Beast on the top end of that and Dumbo at the bottom end. But even then, they're like so forgettable for the most part.
It's I think in my brain, and I think this may be part of the equation that we miss, is that these are good movies for parents to take their kids to, and that's it.
Exactly.
Like, distract your kid for 2 hours, great, done, and that's fine with me. But I think they're just beyond the point of trying to attract an audience outside of that.
If you want to distract your kids this week and take them to see the Princess Mononoke 4K re-release.
That's right.
Saw it last night in IMAX, incredible.
Or see, was it Nija, the
Chinese Oh yeah, I want to see that so bad.
It's like a $2 billion movie.
I think it's like the second highest grossing movie of all time now.
Yeah, it's insane. And I was gonna go see
according to China.
Yeah,
according to China.
But that's Nija. Snow White talk anyway. And live action Scooby Doo's in the work at Netflix. I would actually be kind of interested if it was just kind of bringing back that, like the James Gunn Scooby Doo's are funny. Like,
perfect castings across the board.
Really good
unbelievable castings.
Good castings, funny. Like adult funny. You know what I mean? Like not just kid funny. I do think that if you did something closer to that, it could be funny. I just doubt that's the direction they take.
Yeah, no. James Gunn was kind of uniquely suited for that franchise in a way that I don't know if really anyone Netflix is going to grab is going to be. It'll be like a team of writers putting in pop culture references from modern day. I don't know. It would have been really good. You know what? It would have been really good on like the CW, like that kind of low production value.
Yeah.
Would have gone really well with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like live action animals, that's where it gets tough. And Scooby Doo, like the animation is so fun for Scooby Doo. The colors are so bright, and it has such a unique Hanna-Barbera style that you just don't see anymore.
Yeah.
I think Velma shot in the leg, where it's like no one wants to touch the animated Scooby Doo stuff right now.
I forgot about was it Mindy Kaling Velma? Dude,
2 seasons of that.
Crazy that got 2 seasons. Absolutely batshit insane.
Who do they cast as? I think Shaggy is the key casting point for that.
Shaggy?
Yes. I do think what's his face?
Who?
From the James Gunn movies.
Matthew Lillard?
Yeah, Matthew Lillard is so good. I rewatched them last year during Halloween.
He's a good goofball. He's a good goofball actor right now. Like, but it'd have to be youngish, right? Like, like mid-20s.
Harris Dickinson.
No, you can't have an Englishman. You can't have an Englishman in this. No way. You need good old Americans in this.
Let me think. No one's allowed to be ugly anymore is the issue. None of these actors are allowed to just be ugly guys.
I don't think Harrison Dickinson's like the hottest guy in the world or anything like that.
He's pretty fucking handsome.
He's British handsome, which is like you look like you're slightly less inbred than the person next to you.
He's model handsome.
Maybe who's like a younger goofy character actor right now? Anthony Carrigan would be funny in this somehow.
He would be a good villain, like the build-up villain.
He's a guy I would love to have in here somewhere. Young, I guess, like comedy actors under 40, I guess.
Shane Gillis. Shane Gillis.
2. No, that would be maybe.
Shane Gillis Freddy could actually be very funny.
Oh, it's gonna be Jack Quaid, isn't it? Jack Quaid's gonna be in this. This feels like Jack Quaid. Like I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying it feels like it's
almost above it now, though.
You think so?
I think he's clawed his way up into movie actors.
Yeah, but it's Netflix. They'll throw an insane amount of money at them. What the fuck? Best comedy actors and the first guys to pull up are Timothy Chalamet. What the fuck are we doing here? Actually, I do think that he'll end up in that anyway. But that's live action Scooby Doo. There's a Hawk Tuah documentary in the works, which you had a great one on. Doc Tuah. There's
a Hawk-tumentary.
I don't know what the fuck is going on with that. It's like, what happened? She did the rug pull. And then she took a nap for 20 years and then came back and
there's not enough meat on the bones here.
Yeah.
This would be like a 20-minute YouTube video at most.
Yeah, maximum.
But she has one video, and then what else did she do?
She did the show.
A podcast, right?
Yeah,
it's a podcast.
I agree with you.
And then she got into a meme coin.
Yeah, and then disappeared. And that's all. That's the limit of my knowledge. I never watched the show. but I've seen...
There are people here that work at this company that are more deserving of a documentary.
I would agree.
More of a cultural footprint.
The first trailer for The Ritual came out. Father Theophilus Reisinger and Father Joseph Stiegler, the former struggling with his faith and the latter dealing with his past, worked together to complete a series of exorcisms on Emma Schmidt, a young woman who's allegedly experiencing a demonic possession. Al Pacino and Dan Stevens. When I see this trailer and I see a religious movie starring Al Pacino and a younger actor, I just think of him and fucking Keanu in what do you call it, Devil's Advocate?
Advocate, yeah.
And who is he? Is it Charlize? Or is it?
That sounds right.
Yeah, I just remember there was like they want him to make him have sex with his sister in it, I think. Because he's the devil and he wants to make him have sex. And he's the devil. It's a freaky fucking movie.
Now I'm interested. Talk about White Lotus in a second.
Yeah. But Pacino and Dan Stevens, it looks interesting. I don't know the director's work too well. David Middell. I went through his filmography. I wasn't totally familiar with it. But I like just seeing Pacino and stuff still. The last thing I think I saw him in was Hunters.
Dan Stevens?
No, not Dan Stevens.
Pacino.
Dan Stevens has been... Yeah, last time I saw him...
Yeah, that man doesn't quit working.
Yeah. Last thing I saw Stevens in was pulling out a gorilla's tooth. But
yeah, what was the last Pacino role?
I think... Is
it really Hunters on, Amazon Prime?
On Prime, yeah. Hunters season 1, good show, by the way.
I do think he just had a kid recently. Could be working.
At 800 years old. It's very true. But I just want to throw that out there because it just looks kind of interesting. In a new Exorcist property, because that most Exorcist movies I would say are bad. A majority of them since the original have been not great. So throw in a great actor in Pacino, throw in another great actor in Dan Stevens, sure.
Religious horror stuff just doesn't
hit for you.
Doesn't do much for me. Yeah. I don't have that Catholic guilt built in.
You're missing out on the true glory of the Nun. Trailer for One Battle After Another dropped. We talked a lot about the details of it last time, where we had the teaser, which I thought when we originally talked about that teaser, it was supposed to be that the trailer comes out the next day, and that wasn't the case. Obviously, we waited like a week.
They lied.
But trailer was awesome. Just some classic like PTA camera moves. The really cool shot I liked. I don't know if you
I've only watched it once, so
yeah. Oh, I only saw it the one time too. But like where he throws Leo out of the car and like they do like the following.
Oh yes.
That was cool. Leo looks like he's having a blast. It just looks funny.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very in. Anytime
you get that frenetic performance from Leo, which he's just so good at, it just does something for me. Which he's clearly doing here. The end of the trailer. It's so funny.
Viva la revolution!
Like his yell is just classic, and he's doing the Rick Dalton kind of South Midwest. I don't even know what the accent is, like Missouri style accent. Looks great. Yeah, no, Paul Thomas Anderson, biggest movie yet, $140 million budget, which is fucking insane for him. He needs to get the odds. I mean, he's been nominated 7 times. If this will be his biggest exposure, I think, to like the general public.
Yeah.
September 26th can't come soon enough. I'm pumped for this. I am. I think this will catch a lot. I think a lot of people are gonna fucking hate this movie, just like Come for Leo.
Yeah, kind of in the same
to the PTA kind of vibe, especially him doing another Pinch On adaptation, which this will probably be all over the place. I think it's 3 hours long.
Yeah,
I couldn't be more excited. This is like top 3 on the year for me. Let's go.
Yep, I'm very excited. Anything PTA does, you're instantly going to be interested no matter what. But yeah, that is One Battle After Another. Just recapping White Lotus real quick. It's definitely, I know people were kind of upset with how slow it's being. Obviously, it's picking up a lot of steam now as we head into next week should be the penultimate, and then the week after that should be the finale. A lot of interesting stuff happening. The big thing being, I mean, fucking
he jorked his brother off.
Jorked his brother off, which is no good, but Patrick Schwarzenegger can act, man.
He can.
Yeah.
He like, because what are we on it? That was episode 6, I think.
Yeah.
So
that was 5, and now we have 6 and then 7, I believe.
But every episode up until this point had kind of like built Patrick Schwarzenegger. What's his name? Not Lachlan.
Saxon.
Saxon is like this ultimate villain. He's just like so hateable, just so hateable. And then this episode, like he has a turn where you feel bad for him, like truly feel bad for him, despite how like kind of disgusting he is, like morally as a human being. You're like, oh man, that sexually assaulted by your little brother. God,
yeah,
damn brother. So yeah, no, he's great. I think everyone is doing a great job despite maybe it being a little slow up until this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Now, like, theories are running wild on, like, what is happening with all these different, crew members.
Yeah.
Like, with that, I think Lachlan is, like, just way more. Like, now I feel like Lachlan has been in control of, like, everything this whole time. Like, he is not the meek little brother that we thought he was. Like, he wants to fuck his brother. I think he wants to fuck his sister. Crazy. Yeah. That whole storyline is coming to head. And then now Jason Isaacs is also just wants to be with the monks.
Yeah, he wants to chill. It would be kind of funny if that's how that ends. He just like goes off the grid and lives with the monks.
I think that is exactly how it's gonna end. I think he stays there. I also think his wife has the money tied up somewhere else, like offshore. Like, I also think she's way.
They'll get out of this, yeah.
Yes, because she keeps like, how he like is like, keeps looking so worried. No one's addressing the fact that he is clearly fucked up. Like he is so drugged up. But she keeps going like, it's all gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never be poor. Like, I think she knows they're gonna be all right. I think she knows that everything that's happening, and I think she has that money somewhere else.
By the way, this is the most Patrick Schwarzenegger has looked like Arnold. I think in this episode, when like there's some of the expressions he would have, I was like, that he looks exactly like Arnold. And I never really thought he looked a lot, especially at least not in his recent stuff. Like he was in what was it? The Gen Z.
Yeah. Gen V.
Sorry, I feel there's other things. I was like, yeah, he doesn't really look a ton of like this. He looks a lot like Arnie now.
Yeah.
But yeah, looks good. The whole series has been great, I think, and I think we're going to come to a head. And I think I was wrong. I think that was penultimate, and this is the finale.
Oh,
every season is 7 episodes. Oh, and speaking of, that's Arnold's kid, obviously. Lachlan, I believe, is Alessandro Nivola's kid.
Okay.
Who is? Do you remember?
Yeah. He was
in fucking
The Brutalist and
yeah.
What was
Craven the Hunter?
Craven the Hunter. He was the runner.
Whatever the fuck that was. Yeah. But yeah, that's White Lotus. The studio dropped its first 2 episodes a couple days ago. Studio, awesome. The first episode, good setup. Second episode is such like a cool nod to a lot of different things. But I think we could break it down a little bit. So first episode's mostly just, I would say, you're setting up the Seth Rogen character alongside Marty Scorsese, and Scorsese crushes.
He's just a
so
good
funny.
actor. It's like very funny.
It's fucked up. It's fucked up.
He has such a sense for it. For all the, I mean, like, there's a lot of good. I mean, especially in the studio. The second episode, also Sarah Polley, phenomenal actress. There's a lot of directors who try their hand at it and just completely fail. Quentin Tarantino, looking at you, one of the worst to ever do it.
Yep.
Martin Scorsese, just fantastic every time he's on a screen.
It's good.
Taxi Driver, that Amex commercial.
TikToks with his granddaughter.
Yeah, no, he's great.
He was very good in that episode. I think I helped the sort of transition of Seth Rogen from being like a filmy or like a film dork to being like now an executive. I think he helped that a lot.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny hearing Seth Rogen talk about how like this show came to be and like how an executive told him the quote he used once. Like I feel like my job is now I love movies and I fear that my job is now to ruin them.
Yeah.
He said like an executive actually said that to him once, which you could see it in this. Like he wants to keep his job and try to make good movies, but he can't do that while also making the good movies because his overlords want money with the fucking Kool-Aid movie. So that was I think also a good turn with the Jonestown thing. Like I found someone to make the
I want that fucking movie now though.
Yeah,
it does
the Jonestown
sound
movie,
like pretty awesome. Like the Jonestown movie from Martin Scorsese.
Yeah. That looked interesting. But then the second episode, all being big, stitched Warner, was sick. It's great. Super nerve-wracking. As far as it kind of, I hate comparing anything that induces anxiety like Uncut Gems, but that's just kind of what it feels like. When like you feel things constantly cascading, going down, and you're rooting for Seth Rogen throughout the episode, but like the whole time he's just constantly fucking up to the point where like I was like wanted to grab my screen and be like, stop fucking up. Stop fucking up.
I was yelling at the screen. I was like, oh my fucking God, you dumbass. I said it to you this morning. I was like, it's very reminiscent of season 1 Michael Scott, where he is like, you can like the character, but you are also like, what is this guy's fucking problem? Is he stupid? Was he dropped on his head as a child? Like, it's like cringe inducing. It's tough at points. It was tough at points in the second episode to like physically watch the screen.
A lot of like sucking in your teeth, like, no,
dude.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's like the franchise. I think it is very inside baseball. But if you're a movie fan, this is like awesome. Like the second episode, them doing. I mean, it's so meta. They're doing the one takes. They're talking about. Yeah, we can just cut it up with a whip cam, and they're whipping, and they're clearly doing a cut there, and it's like so self-referential about the industry. I love it. The Catherine O'Hara character being Amy Pascal, very funny.
Very funny.
Catherine Hahn showing up. I did not realize she was in the show.
I forgot too.
Ike Barinholtz, love seeing him on my screen. It's I saw someone try to compare it to Entourage earlier. Do you agree with that?
Definitely has some. Well, it's just because you're in Hollywood doing.
Yeah, see, that's where
behind the scenes Hollywood.
It's just
shit.
in L.A.
Yeah,
but I don't feel the Entourage vibe at all.
Not really. Like some of like the party stuff, I guess. Like, oh, I'm getting invited to Charlize's party. Like that stuff, sure, but like that's basically the end of it for me.
When Marty just walked into the middle of the.
Are you weeping?
He started weeping.
No one understanding how to pronounce Buscemi, also funny. It's Buscemi, like bruschetta.
No, it's good if you're into movies, like really into movies, not just catch the big releases. You have to be someone who follows the trades, follows the big accounts on Twitter or TikTok or wherever you get your movie news, and be aware of like how these stories come out and the inner workings of Hollywood. You have to have somewhat of an awareness of that to really enjoy the show. But if you do, it's very rewarding.
Mm-hmm. It was good. Enjoyed it. I think that the comp will obviously be the franchise, but the franchise is a lot more inside baseball, I think, than this is. They both are. So like if you're someone watching this, you're gonna like it. If you were Joe Schmo, it's tough to recommend it to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I couldn't recommend this to. I mean, maybe just because of the Seth Rogen aspect, but even the jokes are so dependent. Like getting the jokes, it's so dependent on.
Yeah.
Do you know who Sarah Polley is?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you know who Greta Lee is? Like, are you getting the references when he just starts listing off like a bunch of one takes that he likes and get why it's so stupid and nerdy that he's doing it?
A lot of just like inside jargon.
Yeah.
Things like that. So that's just another aspect to it. But very good so far. If you're watching this, you'd probably love it. Righteous Gemstones also dropped another episode. I'm feeling the fatigue in the show a little bit, I think, in this season. The first episode was sick. First episode of the season was sick, totally out of nowhere, different in every possible way. And then now that we're back to normal, it just feels a little bit like they're not like they're running out of material, but like they're running out of steam a little bit, which is kind of a bummer. But Sean William Scott just showed up, which definitely piques up my interest a little bit. So that part of it's nice. But you're just starting, or you're.
I mean, I'm into season 3 now, brother.
What just happened in season 3?
What did just happen?
Are you with
Chris Hanneman has just showed up. I can't remember that actor's name. Diamantopoulos. He's got the very Greek last name.
Oh, Chris Diamantopoulos, or
it's like Diamantopoulos.
Yeah,
who I like. That family just showed up, and
wait,
so
what character is he playing?
Zahn.
Oh yeah, they're doing the resort, right, or something.
No, that they did the resort with
Zion.
Season 2 was the Zion. Yeah, with Eric Andre.
Yeah.
Now it's this family who is like kind of encroaching on their territory, and they got a cool fucking origin story.
Yeah.
Parents fucking died in a car crash.
Oh, that was him? I thought that was someone else. Why did I think that was a different character or a different actor? Huh.
Like him, his sister, and I think they're like adopted black brother or something like that.
Yeah, I thought that was Steven Dorff.
Oh, it is Steven Dorff. It's Dorff.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, but that's why I was throwing for a loop. I was like, I don't remember Chris being. I was trying to like wrap my head around, but it would make sense because it's HBO, but couldn't put it together.
Yeah, so Steven Dorff, shout out Blade. Very funny show.
Yeah.
Sad to hear. I just got to get to that Bradley Cooper episode.
It's just the first episode of season.
I can't have the last thing I saw Bradley Cooper and be fucking Maestro.
Maestro, yeah, been a long time. That fucking
reining it in. I'm reining it in.
That makeup, dude. Okay, so that is the news. Now in short reviews. Now we can do we're gonna do a draft or tiering today of the Doomsday cast members. Or should we cast members or characters?
Characters.
Yeah, characters.
Are we gonna tier this? Let's decide how we want to do this. Like the juice meter on. Are we doing it like how much the needle moved when that got announced, or
I would say.
I'm
trying to think.
Let's just go off the juice. I think We can figure it out as we go.
Yeah. All right. So I just pulled it up. So we have an S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, as usual. All right. So we'll start out with Anthony Mackie. Mackie to me is just firmly was saying as far as juice meter goes, this is like a C.
I was about to say C. I think firmly C.
We just saw him.
If we only had Captain America 4 to go off, this is obviously like a D or E, but like you can't just ignore how good. And I was talking to Robbie Fox about this yesterday. He was a phenomenal Robin. He's a great like side character.
Yeah.
But leading, it's tough. It's like when Nightwing takes over for Bruce Wayne in the Batman comics, and you're like, well, this is kind of fun, but I really just want Bruce Wayne back, and that's why I was hoping for Chris Evans. But yeah, no, C for Mackie, I think. I like Mackie. I hope he gets back on the right track. They've just fucked around with his character too much.
Let me actually make sure I'm recording before we do all this. That'd
No
be
way.
smart. No, I mean this, because I'm doing this on a separate screen.
Oh, okay. I was about to.
Okay, so let's.
Woo.
You guys already know what we just picked, so I'm not gonna redo that. So let's go back to this. Okay, so we go Anthony Mackie into the C tier. Now we have Thor. I think Thor's B, not out of any like insane reverence, but like he's been good. He's been funny.
Yeah.
B or C.
Yeah. No. He obviously the first couple entries were tough, but he was still really good.
Yeah.
Outside of the first Thor and the Dark World.
Both the two Thor movies, the first two Thor movies are bad.
Bad, but he was really good in the Avengers once he got teamed up with like Iron Man and Cap. I thought
he was good in all the and Endgame. He was great,
and Ultron.
Infinity War is great.
Yeah, I think this is B. I could be convinced for A, to be honest.
Yeah, you know what? Let's go A because we don't know how many we're going to be able to get in there. Sebastian Stan.
I think people are a little bit of a prisoner of the moment with like the fourth Thor movie, where it's like Thor is still just a cool fucking character. He's a Norse god with a fucking hammer and an axe. Like, it's so cool.
Sebastian Stan / Winter Soldier. Like, that's like he doesn't really do a ton. You know what I mean? Like, as far as within the Marvel universe, he really is just kind of like he's just kind of there.
Yeah.
Usually, like outside of the Winter Soldier, Captain America and the Winter Soldier, which even then he's not really like the main character or the main antagonist.
No, but he did kill Tony's dad.
Yeah.
And mom.
Guess what? Tony's dad, fucking arms dealer, not a great guy.
Yeah. Does his character really work without Cap around, like Chris Evans' Cap?
I don't really think so, but I'd say that he's like
because his story is so intertwined with like Chris Evans.
I think a C. C or B. Like he doesn't really move it a lot.
Politician now.
He's not a. It's not like
running for office.
And by the way, just to clarify this is nothing to do with like the actor's level. Because Sebastian Stan, obviously, incredible actor,
but
the
best
character
actor on here.
Yeah, but that as far as the character of Bucky Barnes, that's a C for me. I could be convinced B.
If they gave him his black face paint back, this would be like A. But I mean, when was the last time we saw the Winter Soldier do anything cool?
Like he got his arm back for 2 seconds and shot a gun.
He didn't even do anything then.
Yeah, I think C. Black Panther.
I want to be surprised there. I think Thunderbolts he'll bust out and do some cool shit there.
Yeah, Black Panther I think is also like a C at this point.
Letitia Wright.
Because I
think D. Honestly, she had no sauce in that movie.
Yeah, I'd be down with that. Ant-Man I think is closer to a B or. And the Quantumania was such a bummer, but like he's still funny, good character. Like
he's also very good when he gets like in a group.
Yes, for sure. I think B is good for that, right? No offense to the Ant, I guess. John Walker's that's another like C or D. D probably.
Yeah, I think D.
I got nothing for John Walker.
D maybe. Yeah.
And again, why?
I was about to say E, but there's no E, so D.
D for John Walker. Namor, like he was cool.
Aura Farmer.
Yeah.
He just looked cool.
He looked cool, and considering the character, like, hey, he's going to fly around with wings on his feet, that should suck. Everything about that should suck, but it worked, and I think he was good, kind of menacing. Probably like a C.
Yeah, I'd go C.
Thing. I'd say, just because we haven't seen him in this, most of the Fantastic Four are going to be high here. I would say the Thing is like a B for me.
Thing is a B. Yeah. I need to see it in action to really form an opinion on it, but right now I feel comfortable with B.
Shang-Chi, I'd say tougher.
I'll go B with Shang-Chi just because we haven't seen him in so fucking long.
And he was cool.
I mean, hopefully the ring power doesn't overtake like the cool martial. What I'm saying is like I want him to do more martial arts versus what he did at the end of Shang-Chi, which became just kind of a Dragon Ball Z fight.
Yeah.
I want more hand-to-hand combat.
I get so Tony. When was it Tony Leung, right? When he was doing the fights originally with the rings, he had to do martial arts moves.
Cool, like boo.
Yeah.
And, like, pulling it back.
And you do these flips and shit, and that worked, I guess.
Yeah, no, I'll go B.
Elaine is a D for me. I got nothing for most.
No,
of these.
I agree.
I
agree with that. Elaine is a D.
Beast, D. I mean, no disrespect to Kelsey Grammer,
D.
Just the D for me. Sentry, we don't know anything about him.
I'll go C for him though. He looks kind of cool. Power, that one shot of him like just
eating bullets,
turning people into asphalt.
Oh yeah,
was pretty awesome.
The new Falcon also I like Danny Ramirez as an actor. I think he was cool.
That's a
D. Yeah.
Good lord.
Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm.
I'd honestly put the entire
Fantastic Four
B. Maybe Reed Richards at
A.
I actually really just need to see them in action. I'll put them at B for now. But they have high potential to fall and rise.
Red Guardian's at D.
Yeah. I'm shocked that I really thought he was going to be dead.
Yeah.
For sure.
M'Baku is interesting because I think Winston Duke is a good actor. He was a cool character. I'd say he's like a B for me. I like him. I like him quite a bit.
I'll go with him. He's cool.
Ghost. I had to triple look at this. I was like, who the fuck is that? It's Ghost. Ghost is a D. Sorry to say. Loki's probably A.
Loki's A.
Yeah. I mean,
Loki's
the series was great. He was fantastic, obviously, in everything he's done in the Marvel Universe. So Loki's an A.
Never missed
Yeah, Sue Storm again. We're saying Fantastic Four is all at a B. I would say Professor X.
See, I think this is
as far as move the needle juice. It's like S or A, but like
I think it's A.
I think it's A.
Just because he went out like a bitch.
Yeah.
And
how about Magneto? I'd say
Magneto's I think the clear S, the standard. Just because we haven't. He's one of the best characters just in general, like writing wise, like no matter what.
Yeah.
And then you have Ian McKellen coming back.
Nightcrawler.
Crazy if we got Fassbender too.
Nightcrawler's probably a B.
Yeah.
I like he's not gonna have a big role in this at all. You know what I mean?
Do you think Alan Cummings hops back in the makeup chair?
I mean, he has to. They're not gonna do like a non. He can't. He has to look the same, doesn't he? Although I guess you don't because when you look at Mystique with Jennifer Lawrence, but also that people know very infamously hated that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Hopefully.
Different Mystique.
I'm up for that for B though.
Rebecca.
Yeah, you put him in B.
Yeah. Rebecca Romaine, Mystique, like a C.
Man, that's just S, brother.
No disrespect to Rebecca Romaine, wife of good friend of the program, but
big blue titties.
She's like, what is she going to do in?
You remember what was the parody movie that they did where I think Charlie Sheen hooks up with a Mystique like knockoff, and she just has the most ridiculous boobs.
Oh, I don't remember that. It might have been a superhero movie though. Or
if you know what I'm talking about, comment in the comment section. That's where the comments go. And let me know so I can find the scene.
Cyclops A. I like Cyclops. He kind of went out like a bitch too, and James Marsden's had his comeback.
Scott. Yeah, I'll go A. I like his power because it's like you think it's just laser eyes, and then you find out that his eyes are just actually portals to another dimension filled with like radioactive energy.
Oh, I didn't know that. You just informed me that the first time. Did not know that.
It's crazy.
That's horrifying.
It is.
Gambit, I want to see how this works in a bigger I loved it being measured.
Yes.
Small little bit. That was very funny in Deadpool. I don't know how it works in the full-length thing, but also this isn't exactly like a solo movie for him. It's part of the same deal.
Like 10 minutes of screen time or something like that.
So I don't hate A either. But also it depends on the type of movie because that was all comedy and this is going to be more action and
I'll go A.
I think that's fine. And then Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic. A, the only of the Fantastic Four in the A, probably.
Yeah. I think because of how integral I think he is to everything moving forward.
Yeah, and then Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. This I'm weirdly kind of not.
I'm still very
hesitant.
I'm still very kind of out on this.
I don't like it really at all, and I'm very willing to be proven wrong, 100%. But at the same time, it feels like it lessens a lot of the death of Iron Man, which is whatever. That's not like oh my god, it ruins the movie for me. It's like it's more just it feels cheap.
Yeah,
and that I don't like. So I'd say like a B or C.
I'll go B.
Yeah,
I'll give him B.
So that means
where are we putting sad gay Joe Russo?
Joe, I forgot about sad gay Joe Russo is not on the. They didn't put him in this tier maker version.
Damn.
So that means our S tier is I almost said Gandalf. Ian McKellen as Magneto. Or A tier.
Why not?
Our A tier is Thor, Loki, Professor X, Cyclops, Gambit, and Mr. Fantastic. Our B tier is Ant-Man, Thing, Shang-Chi. Is it Johnny? What's Johnny Storm's mutant name again? Is it just Johnny Storm?
Yeah.
He doesn't have like a.
They don't have aliases.
Yeah, true. It's not like Mr. Flame, but Thing is an alias.
I guess so.
It's
the Human Torch. The Human Torch.
The Human Torch. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. Okay. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
But they all know like that Johnny Storm is the Human Torch.
M'Baku, the Invisible Woman, Nightcrawler, and Doctor Doom. Or C tier is the new Captain America, the Winter Soldier, Namor, Sentry, Mystique. D tier is Black Panther, John Walker, what was her name again? Yelena, Beast. That's not even having a superhero name is. That's
I couldn't remember. I'm a Florence Pugh stan. I couldn't remember
Yelena,
her Marvel name.
Bakarova or some shit. New Falcon, Red Guardian, and Ghost. Ghost, I think, should be in one below. We need to make a new tier.
But I also think her powers are kind of cool.
They're very cool. It's just they were not interesting within.
Maybe without Lawrence Fishburne in the story, that was what did he do?
It was
kept her like in his basement, right?
Yeah, he did like whatever the alternate, like the DC to the AC current version of like PIM particles.
Yeah,
whatever. So yeah, that's their tiering. I think it's fair. I think we were very fair for the most part.
So too. Now, do you think this movie comes out 1 year from now?
No.
May. I think it's scheduled for May 26th.
No,
that's crazy. And Secret War is 1 year after that, right? May 27.
Which means that would also get pushed back because they're not going to release both of these in the same summer.
I wonder how much of this stuff is like already done. Like, are they pulling archive footage and like the way they did for Endgame and kind of working around it?
Yeah, like they're using old stuff as like cutaway scenes or whatever. I'm sure there's plenty of that. But then, what is all of that? Are you just because that's Secret Wars is you're pulling all of these characters out of their universes and putting them on a planet to fight each other, right? That's what the idea of Secret Wars is.
Mm-hmm.
But the Avengers Doomsday is not that, but it obviously is going to have multiverse elements. But I don't know what thought process will
be. The other question I have is, should they change the title? Which is what a lot of people are asking.
Avengers Doomsday?
Avengers versus X-Men.
Would be cool. Who wins?
That'd be a hell of a title.
Who wins that battle? Avengers versus X-Men.
Avengers versus X-Men?
X-Men, probably.
X-Men, I think.
Because Professor X alone, you win.
Yeah.
Like he just if you're fighting as
just nukes
the Winter Soldier.
Also, I think canonically, what's her face is like the strongest character.
Phoenix or whatever.
Phoenix.
Or Jane Grey. So like in my brain, if you're the Avengers and you're fucking Winter Soldier, like oh no, I got a metal arm, and like Professor X just like hey, you're frozen forever.
Yeah.
Like you're done. And half these guys like and who can defend against that? No one has like telepathic powers or telekinesis
without a Hulk.
Even then, like Hulk, Professor X, boom, frozen.
It's true.
None of these guys, no one in the Marvel universe has.
Well, I guess she's dead.
Scarlet Witch, yeah.
Yeah, and she's like very much like
OP'd big time.
Well, and she keeps being very adamant that she's done.
Yeah. So I'm just looking at these, just as far as the Marvel versus X-Men thing. So Marvel would have Ghost, Red Guardian. We'll just say straight up, you're dead. Ghost, Red Guardian, dead. New Falcon, dead. Beast. Oh, they're gonna do a Mr. Beast tie-in, aren't they? They're gonna do something with that bullshit for sure. Fuck. Beast, I think, is kind of useless too. That's as far as the scope of like an actual fight, dead.
Yeah, he's just kind of smart and has blue hair.
Yelena and John Walker, dead. Black Panther's useful for sure. That's I mean, she's got all the Wakandan tech and all that bullshit, nanotech and all that shit. Mystique dead. Although, could play like Confusion.
Mystique is very cool.
Yeah. I think she could be tactically used in the same way that they use them in Marvel. Like you think you're talking strategy with Iron Man, but it's actually Mystique.
Mm-hmm.
Sentry, we still don't really know, but he feels kind of OP. He probably
I think he is like super OP.
So Namor, you're probably dead, pal. But although he's more powerful, Winter Soldier dead, Captain America dead, Doctor Doom, we don't really know the scope of his powers. I feel like yet, so that'll be tough.
Mm-hmm.
Nightcrawler, more useful, I think, than people will give him credit for, but also probably dead. Sue Storm, probably good. M'Baku dead. Human Torch good. Shang-Chi good. Thing good. Ant-Man good. Pretty much everyone above that's good. Cyclops, Gambit, Professor X, Thor, Loki. Thor, Loki, and Mystique actually could have a great battle.
Thor, Loki, and Mystique?
No, just Loki and Mystique. Like, as far as like deception, using illusions and shit, that'd be cool. But yeah, that'll be an interesting battle. But anyway, that's...
You wanna run through some of the names not included real quick?
Yes.
We'll just say yes or no on whether or not we think they'll be in the movie. Chris Evans.
If he was in Marvel, like if he was in Deadpool and Wolverine, I feel like yeah.
You think he shows up as Captain America or he shows up as
Mr. Fantastic or
Human Torch?
I don't think they would do Human Torch again. I think it would be Captain America.
Okay. Haley Atwell, I think, is a guarantee.
As like Captain Britain?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe not in this one, but the next one for sure.
Yeah.
Mark Ruffalo's Hulk.
I don't know where the fuck he's.
They hate him.
Yeah.
They hate the Hulk.
He hasn't been really. When's the last time we saw Hulk?
You think any of the Hulk show up? So that would
include,
for sure.
She-Hulk.
Tatiana Maslany.
She-Hulk will show up for sure.
His child Scar. Can't forget.
Oh no, it's not. Is it Scar or is it Skarn? It doesn't have a weird name.
That's Michael Skarn.
No.
I think it's Skar, Scar, or something like that.
Hulk son name,
with his, what did he have? Like he had a man bun, right?
Yeah.
Had a tank top.
It is Scar with 2 A's and a K.
Scare.
Yeah. Scar.
Okoye, yeah, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt, Star-Lord.
I mean, where did he sign off on? I forget like exactly how he was just like, I'm gonna go do my own thing or some shit, right?
Yes, that's how it. He went home. He went back to Earth and met with his dad.
No, his dad was Ego. So you like his grandpa? His grandpa?
I think yeah. He went back to like Missouri, and he definitely ended with a normal human.
Yeah,
who was a family member of some sort.
He said he was gonna they're all gonna go do their own thing. Was kind of the idea at the end of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Charlie Cox is Daredevil. Street level almost.
Daredevil, yeah, like it's. But I mean, you could say the same bullshit about fucking Winter Soldier or half the Red Guardian.
Yeah, but they're like working for the government. He's like, part-time.
I guess so.
This is a part-time gig for him.
You're probably right.
Wong.
People love Wong. I would say yes. Same thing with Doctor Strange.
Miss Marvel, Mon Vellani. I know one person who's dying for that.
Yeah, I know one guy that really wants to see that. I would say yeah.
Jeremy Renner is Hawkeye. I think no shot.
He's done.
Yeah, I think he's done. Tom Holland Spider-Man, I think, is probably the biggest name left off, right?
Yeah.
I think that was the one most people were surprised.
I would say yeah. I would say you could see him somewhere.
People are theorizing that it's like a playful, like, well, no one remembers Spider-Man or Peter Parker anymore.
Mm-hmm. I would say yes.
Oscar Isaac's Moon Knight.
Fuck no.
Not a chance.
Fuck no.
Tessa Thompson's Valkyrie.
Tessa Thompson's Valkyrie? No, I don't think so.
This one has no chance. Evangeline Lilly.
Fuck no.
No.
Wasp? Hell no.
Paul Bettany. I think.
Yeah, I'd see Vision for sure.
Yeah.
White Vision, because they're playing that up lately, so yeah.
Don Cheadle, which you
no.
Can't believe he's still in the MCU, but he does have, what's it called coming up?
Iron Wars?
Iron Heart.
Iron Heart, yeah. What's Armor Wars? Is what
Armor Wars. Wait.
There's Armor Wars and Iron Heart, two separate things, right?
Those are two different things. What is Armor Wars? Is that a movie? Is Ironheart the movie? No, Ironheart's definitely
the series.
The show with Dominique Thorne.
Series, is it not happening anymore? I know one of them I'm pretty sure one of them got canceled. Oh, they turned. It was Armor Wars was going to be a TV show. They're turning it into a movie, and then Ironheart, I believe, is a series.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Brie Larson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Olga Kurylenko as Taskmaster.
No.
Taskmaster.
No.
That kind of confirms she dies in Thunderbolts, doesn't it?
But I mean, they only announced 26 people that are gonna have 2
Sure.
seconds cameos or 2-second cameos.
I think this one's a guarantee. Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
I don't think you can do an Avengers movie without him.
Yeah.
Haley Steinfeld.
No, I don't think so.
Me neither.
Although to be clear, Hawkeye was awesome. That was out of all the series that Marvel did.
I really like that one. It's
really
grown
good.
on me too.
And exactly. And it was a great Christmas series to watch.
Yeah, that's where I like it.
Yeah, she was awesome. Super charismatic, very fun. I don't think is a good fit for this.
No.
But yeah, I would love to see more of her as new Hawkeye or whatever. Kate Bishop, right?
And the last few are kind of Xochitl Gomez, America Chavez from the
I feel like the whole idea was that was supposed to be like a one-off, like go off into her own, back to her own universe or whatever.
And Benedict Cumberbatch.
I think for sure Benedict Cumberbatch. Yeah, you don't do that without him.
Yeah, so there's a lot more, MCU people left on the board to come and show up.
How about
they didn't spoil everything?
Charlize Theron as whatever the fuck she was supposed to be.
What the fuck was that in credit scene? I like the second one better. Bruce Campbell just saying, "You fucking idiot."
Yeah.
You sat through the credits.
What was it? She plays Clea, a powerful sorceress. What is her?
But if Doctor Strange shows up, almost she has to show up, right?
She's a sorceress from the Dark Dimension and the niece of Dormammu.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
Yeah,
I would like your niece's hand in marriage.
Please. That's it. So how about Harry Styles?
Oh, no chance. I don't think we're ever going to see a single Eternal ever again on screen.
Wasn't there like a Seth Rogen gnome or some shit that was with him? Or it was voiced by somebody, right? Like the gnome was... Do you remember he was with a gnome? I don't remember this. It was Harry Styles in that dumbass costume, but it was him in like a fucking CGI gnome. Like, or
I don't
something.
remember this at all. I just remember the camera just kind of panning to him. And for like there
was definitely a gnome.
Did he say anything?
Yes, and it was a voice that was recognizable.
I just meant like Harry Styles. Did Harry Styles have a line in that movie?
Yeah. Eternals. What the fuck was his?
He's supposed to be strong, right? He's like Thanos' brother.
Let's see. When the fuck does he show? Pip the Troll. You don't remember this at all? You don't remember that? Not ringing a bell?
I do not know that man.
Pip is... Where's his voice? Who was it? Patton Oswalt. Never mind.
Yeah. Of course.
Yep.
Of course.
Checks out. What do you want, lads? Pip and I are here to help, aren't we? I don't remember that. Eternals had some good moments, but that was...
Yeah.
There's too much shit happening. Like
great sex scene.
Yeah. There are a lot of Marvel movies where it's... there are a lot of movies in general where it's just like... It reminds me a lot of the... not to be too normy, but like the... I think you should leave. Like, there's too much fucking shit on me.
Yeah.
Like, there's sometimes being simple is just way better.
Yeah.
Simplify it. But yeah, that's the Marvel, Avengers, Doomsday, whatever. We'll be back next week. Next week, I think we will do Ian Clemmer.
Working man, baby.
Working man.
Time to go to work.
Dude, them giving all the people at the screening the hard hats and the vests, sick. Great move. Brilliant. Looks fun. Everyone I know that's talked about it or seen it has been like, it's exactly what you expect. It's fun. It's just like Beekeeper or whatever, where it's like everything is everything. Where it's like, hey, this thing's connected to human trafficking and insider trading. It
goes all the way to the top.
Yeah, exactly. Everything is that. Which, by the way, rewatched Snatch the other day. It's so fucking funny still.
It's so good.
It's so brilliant. I can't wait to see the new Guy Ritchie's. He has a series coming out soon.
I think it came out.
No,
like Tuesday. Oh wait, no, that's a different one. The Pierce. Wait, is it not the one with Pierce Brosnan?
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the first episode came.
Wait,
out
no,
Tuesday.
that's Havoc, isn't it? There's two Tom Hardy things series coming out. There's one where it's or is that a movie? I don't know. But anyway, point is, we'll be doing Working Man, which we're very excited for. Hell so go watch that.
Also, go see Ephus if you haven't seen it yet.
For nothing but great things.